Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Bridget Bureau. Weeks of investigation have led police to arrest a man in a high-profile case out of Grten. Police there revealed a lot of information after human remains were discovered in the city back in March, and a sudden investigation went underway. Fox 61's Stephen Real spoke with city leaders at today's news conference and breaks down everything we learned.
A lot of information came to light out here in Grten, where police gave some details on what's actually happened over the past several weeks. And after that stressful time, people who live out here tell me they're relieved to at least have some information.
Now you can walk the dog without having to worry about it.
It's a new sense of comfort for people who live in Grten like Red Olander. This after 6 weeks of concern when human remains were first found back in March at Colonel Ledyard Cemetery on Mitchell Street. Then a sudden investigation at a small apartment complex last week on Allen Street. From there, the rumor mill began to turn.
People have been talking about it left and right. I've seen the neighbors be a little sketchy about where they want to go. They wouldn't take dogs to the parks.
During the course of the police department's investigation, there have been many rumors and unsubstantiated fear-mongering taking place in the social media, making the city and surrounding communities seem like unsafe places to live.
Groton City leaders like Mayor Keith Hedrick denounced serial killer rumors at a press conference Friday, where police connected the two incidents after 6 weeks of investigation. The victim was identified as 58-year-old Suzanne Wormser of Groton, and the suspect, 68-year-old Donald Koffel. Police say the two had lived together.
The suspect was arrested and transferred to the State Department Corrections.
Groton Police Chief David Burton told reporters Wormser's body was identified on April 16th, which then led them to the Allen Street address. Tests showed a connection between the two scenes on the 18th. Koffel was later interviewed and then confessed on the 24th. Finally, Koffel was arrested on the 25th and now faces charges that include murder, tampering with physical evidence, and improper disposal of a body. Koffel now faces a $1 million bond.
The City of Groton Police Department, along with myself, wish to express our sincere condolences to the family of Suzanne Wormser, who was a victim of this heinous incident and did not deserve to lose her life at the hands of the suspect.
The story hasn't come to an end, though. The investigation is still underway. We still have not received a motive or a cause of death at this time. And when asked if Koffel acted alone or if more arrests are on the way, the chief of police said that more interviews still need to be done. But as for Koffel, his arraignment is scheduled for Monday. In Groton, Stephen Reals, Fox 61.
All right, Stefan, thank you very much. Let's get a check on the forecast now. If you stepped outside, you know, it was a beautiful day, but things are changing fast.
Just in time for the weekend.
Deshaun Robinson is here. Deshaun, you're tracking some rain. When is that expected to roll in?
Yeah, the rain should start after midnight around 3 o'clock, and we will see periods of rain continue for much of your Saturday. So if you have plans, definitely you may want to cancel or postpone those plans. So rainy Saturday. We're going to end the weekend on a windy note, gusty winds with those gusts approaching 40 miles per hour on Sunday. And then Monday, we're forecasting lots of sunshine and warmer temperatures. So it's very cloudy over here. Some light spotty showers in Fairfield and Litchfield counties. We have a warm front that is moving through the region with periods of rain. These showers will begin to impact our area around 3 or 4 o'clock. Temperature-wise, our temperatures are above average for this time of the year. 60s across the board, 63 in Hartford, 60 right now in New Haven, and it's about 60 degrees in Waterbury. So cloudy for much of the night, rain arrives around 3 or 4 o'clock. We will see these periods of rain continue for much of Saturday morning. Saturday will feature seasonable temperatures temperatures, highs in the mid to upper 60s. And if you're planning on walking your dog, Saturday morning is a big no-no as we're expecting a washout for the morning. Still a chance for a couple of showers in the afternoon, but conditions will be a bit better for the afternoon. Sunday, we're looking at cooler temperatures, highs nearing 60 degrees. And again, the winds are going to be rather gusty with those gusts approaching 40 miles per hour. I'll have this and more coming up in my full forecast. Bridget?
All right, Deshaun, talking a bit. Thank you very much. In other news, a woman faces charges after police say she tried to shoot another woman at a fast food restaurant in Berlin. Fox 61's Joe Monty read through the arrest warrant and brings us the latest.
Police arrested 37-year-old Juliana Rivera for attempting to shoot someone in the Burger King parking lot on New Britain Road in Berlin. This happened around 10 o'clock Tuesday night. Police say Rivera was arguing with a couple of other people. At one point, they say she pointed a gun at another woman and tried to shoot her, but the handgun jammed. Investigators said the other woman had time to get away before Rivera eventually fired a shot. Melissa Ayudi says she's upset that this happened in her neighborhood.
I think it's very nerve-wracking. I come here, I stop, I get gas. I stop, I get like a Coke or something like that. And to think that now I have to be watching every which way, you know, it's scary.
Jeff Lazarin stops at the Burger King on his way to work. He says it's a shame that things like this take place at restaurants.
I just think that that's absolutely ridiculous. Something so close to something so nice down the street.
Lazarin says he feels bad for people who live in the area. He says neighbors are probably worried about their safety.
And if I had children in this neighborhood, I'd be nervous. If I was living right in this neighborhood, I would definitely not enjoy it.
Rivera is in custody on a $250,000 bond. She's charged with criminal attempted assault with a firearm and other crimes. Right now, we do not know when Rivera will appear in court, but people in the area just tell me they're happy the situation didn't end much worse. In Berlin, Joe Monty, Fox 61.
All right, Joe, thank you. Plainville police are looking for a purse snatcher tonight. They say someone stole a woman's bag in the parking lot of a shopping center this morning. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules has the details.
Police say the woman was putting her things in her car when a man wearing a dark hoodie grabbed her purse out of her cart. I spoke with some people off camera who say they feel the area isn't as safe as it used to be. This happened just before 8 a.m. at the Lowe's on New Britain Avenue. Police say the woman tried to get her purse back, but the man pushed her away. They say he left the shopping center in a dark gray BMW. Investigators say the BMW was reported stolen from Hartford. The man was seen wearing dark clothes, a hoodie, and a black face mask. The woman was not hurt. If you know anything about this case, call the Plainville police. In Plainville, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
All right, Alicia, thanks. A memorial continues to grow across from the Waterbury Market where 4 young men died in a crash yesterday morning. You can see candles and balloons to honor 20-year-old Jonathan Puska and brothers Nelson, Jaden, and Noel Torres, ages 25, 20, and 15. Their car slammed into Hernandez Market on Maple Avenue. The impact caused part of the building to collapse. Police say speed may have been a factor. A GoFundMe has been set up for the families. One person was killed last night in a motorcycle crash in Ledyard. The crash happened just before 10 on Fanning Road. The person killed has been identified as 34-year-old Julian Lorenzo of Oakdale. Initial evidence suggests that Lorenzo had been riding east on Fanning Road on a 2023 Harley-Davidson motorcycle. The motorcycle left the road while he was in a curve. It then hit a stone wall. A pedestrian was hit by a car late this morning in Branford. It happened around 11:30 at Main and Monowee Streets. The driver stayed on the scene and is cooperating with police. The pedestrian was taken to the hospital. At last check, their condition was listed as stable. If you saw what happened, call Branford Police. Students in Middletown got a first-hand look at the dangers of driving drunk. First responders simulated a crash scene at Xavier High School today. Fox 61's Kayla Cade spoke with organizers and students about the important message behind this lesson.
I'm in the parking lot of Xavier High School where 2 cars are here destroyed. First responders set the scene of students going to prom night, making a bad decision and getting into a car accident. They made it realistic with police, firefighters, and paramedics here coming to the scene.
Fire dispatch, engine 32 and truck 34.
It's a dispatch call that no one wants to hear in real life.
We reported a motor vehicle accident with multiple reported injuries.
This time, it's only a pretend scenario. First responders set up a mock crash in the parking lot of Xavier High School.
My initial reaction is, wow, it's pretty powerful how much your life can change, not just for you, but for everyone involved in a split second just because of a bad decision.
Michael Keegan was there to watch.
I thought it was going to be maybe one ambulance, one police car, maybe a fire truck. I didn't think that this many people were involved for one incident.
A tragic incident sits in front of him and his classmates. 4 student actors like Dory Antea and Parker Thompson put themselves in the shoes of someone involved in a drunk driving crash on prom night.
It's really emotional seeing the cars. Like, those are really well put together. It's really scary. I don't know why, because it's like not actually happening, but it still like scares you.
Obviously, drunk driving is a horrible thing, but it happens all the time. So sets an example to everybody, sees what could really happen, and just make sure it doesn't happen to us or anyone.
During the mock crash, police ran to Antea and tried to perform CPR. In this scenario, she didn't make it. Thompson depicted a drunk driver and was arrested. To make it look real, actors had fake blood and scars on their face and body. Some were trapped inside the car, where firefighters had to take a part of the car to help them. Chief Jim Trowski with Middletown South Fire Department says he hopes the scene sends a message to students.
Not only to the driver, but maybe somebody who's with the driver and they notice the driver is taking an unrealistic risk. To be that brave person to stand up and say, no, that's not right. Don't do that. You know, my life is worth it.
He says kids need to see this right now because 80% of teen deaths happen in crashes.
The majority of 30% of that happens between April, May, and June. That's prom season. They don't really understand the true effect of that risk that they had taken. Unfortunately, us as first responders, we've seen it throughout our years, throughout our careers, that, you know, what happens if you make a bad decision and the long-lasting effects of that bad decision.
Today really demonstrated the weight that's carried behind this topic.
The message here was mainly for teens on prom night, but it can be passed along to everyone. Do not drive drunk. Call a friend or a ride-share service to pick you up. In Middletown, Kayla Cade, Fox 61.
All right, Kayla, thanks. Tomorrow is Drug Take Back Day, and it's an opportunity to properly get rid of those unused or expired medications. There are 116 drop boxes all over the state where you can turn those drugs in. The State Department of Consumer Protection recommends not keeping unused or unneeded prescription drugs at home. It is reported more than 65,000 pounds of unwanted medications were thrown out last year. Here's what you can turn in: over-the-counter and prescription meds, as well as medication samples. Even your pet medicine and prescribed lotions and ointments will be taken. Officials ask you not to bring needles or other sharp, hazardous waste, thermometers, and personal care products like shampoo or deodorant. To find the closest drop box near you, visit our website, fox61.com.